From far away, a conquering army can sound glorious. From inside the city it is dust, rumor, tribute, and the fear that your whole world is about to change. That is the best way to understand Qutaybah ibn Muslim's arrival. Qutaybah was the Umayyad general who led the most decisive phase of Arab expansion into Transoxiana between 705 and 750. From the imperial side, he looks brilliant. From the local side, he looks terrifying. The strongest places to picture this are Bukhara, Samarkand, and Khwarazm. These were not empty frontier camps. They were real urban centers with wealth, trade, memory, and political pride. So when Qutaybah's army approached, local people were not only fearing battle, they were fearing the end of familiar rule. One of the most important facts is that the conquest was not one clean march. It was a long process. Bukhara, in particular, seems to have been fought over, subdued, and challenged again. That changes the emotional picture. The people in the city did not face one single afternoon of history. They faced repeated pressure, repeated negotiation, and repeated proof that resistance was becoming more expensive. Qutaybah acted under the larger policy of al-Hajjaj and the Umayyad state. His campaigns moved through Sogdia, Turkestan, Khwarazm, and beyond. He used force when needed. He also used treaties when they gave him an advantage. That matters because surrender was not always simple mercy. A treaty could still mean tribute, hostages, garrisons, and military obligations. A city might keep its walls and markets and still lose its independence. Imagine the first signs of arrival. Dust appears before troops are fully visible. Messengers run through the streets. City elites argue over whether to negotiate or flee. Rumors from nearby rulers start to matter more than truth. Did another prince submit? Did an ally betray the city? Did a neighboring ruler keep his throne by giving up someone else? In that atmosphere, fear spreads faster than cavalry. Translators and envoys become crucial. Ordinary people may not even know exactly what the army wants yet. Will the conqueror demand tribute, conversion, hostages, soldiers, or all of them together? Will temples be spared? Will idols be smashed? Will local rulers survive as clients or vanish as enemies? These are not abstract questions. They are the questions that decide whether tomorrow looks anything like yesterday. Samarkand is especially important here. It was a major Sogdian center with wealth, craft production, trade, and religious diversity. For a Samarkand resident, conquest could spare the city physically while still overturning its future. That is a powerful distinction. A city can survive as stone and still die as a political world. Bukhara carries another key lesson. Later sources often describe Islam there as gradual, pressured, and unstable in the first phase. Some reports say the population accepted Islam, then turned away when Arab control weakened. One famous tradition says people had to be pressured or even paid to attend Friday prayer. Whether every detail is exact or not, the larger truth is strong. Conquest did not create instant heartfelt conversion. For many people, the first phase of the new order was political domination and fiscal demand. Taxes mattered deeply. Later Umayyad rule in the region is often described as extractive. If converts expected lighter tax treatment, but still felt heavily taxed, resentment would grow fast. That helps explain why the conquerors were not automatically seen as liberators. To many locals, they looked like new overlords with horses, demands, and administrative power. Fragmented politics helped Qutaybah. Local rulers could be isolated from one another. Rivalries could be used against them. But that same fragmentation also made conquest unstable. After Qutaybah died in 715, many areas rebelled again. That tells us loyalties were often thin. Submission did not always mean acceptance. Khwarazm adds a darker memory. A later tradition associated with al-Biruni accuses Qutaybah's conquest of killing learned men and damaging cultural memory. Historians treat that testimony carefully because it is later and emotional. But even as memory, it matters. It shows how conquest could be remembered not just as military defeat, but as civilizational loss. So what was it like watching the army arrive? It was likely the feeling that choices were shrinking. Surrender could mean humiliation. Resistance could mean siege. Negotiation could save a city and still sell its future. And once the banners appeared on the horizon, everyone knew one thing. Even if the houses, markets, and walls survived, the old political world might not survive with them.